that it was probably the most time we had ever spent together. And that is a bit unusual given the fact that I've been with Sam 5 years. So I've spent more time with Sam's parents than his brother, which I think says several things on several levels, personally. It's not that I don't like his brother, but he lives in a different state. There's just no overall reason other than family gatherings that we would spend time together. So, that was interesting. And we had a interesting discussion over Hanukkah at their aunt's house in New Jersey. So, I don't know. It was one of those things where if you stop and think about it, you're going to overthink it. And it's enough to think about in the first place that you're really just asking to screw yourself over if you go too far in. So, move on. Most of my time recently has been spent like this, with Rizzo absolutely refusing to get out of my lap. Not surprising, given that I haven't been feeling the best the last week or so, but it is what it is. I'm seeing the appropriate doctors and doing the appropriate things. Nonetheless, it is somewhat disconcerting. The biochemistry of being a female human is really, it's the worst game of Russian roulette. Absolutely the worst game of Russian roulette, because for those of us who are so inclined and have the appropriate anatomy to carry children to term, it's a gamble. Every day is a gamble, and you think it's one thing, and then it's another, and then you hope it's one thing, and then find out it's not. And you have to stop and reassess everything and go, well, okay, it's not what I thought it was going to be, but is that better? And it works both ways. You think you are pregnant, but it turns out you're not, and you have to stop and say, oh, well, isn't that good because it gives me time to set up my life this way. Oh, God. Nope. Gotta be Ruth, not answering. And it works in the reverse. You think you're not, and you find out you are, and you have to stop and go, oh, crap, that's a huge life change. How do I deal with this? And then make every series of domino decisions from there. And it's a horrible state to be in. But again, those of us who are so inclined and have the physical anatomy to produce children, deal with it. I mean, what else can we do? If that's really what we want, we have to suck it up and deal. You gotta put on your adult pants and say, the fuck else can I do? Meanwhile, I'm getting ready for Christmas. Christmas shopping has basically been done. I love Cyber Monday. And now that we're sure about how long we're going to be in Maine and when we're going to be in Maine, I got everything sent to my parents' house. Hi, Rizzo. Except for a couple of small things that I'd already ordered to the house. So, thank you. Lay back down. So now it's just a matter of packing and getting the last couple of things done around here before we go. Luckily, Tyler turns out it's free. So that's about it for the last couple of months without going into too much personal analytical detail. So hopefully I'll have time to post a longer thing sometime in the near future, but as it stands, I'm in a little too much pain to get out of my recliner most days. So hopefully.